Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to be doing a very quick video on how to drive the Maybach GLS 600. Now this one was formerly owned by Kim Kardashian and we have a full half-hour POV review and drive of it, but right now we're just going to give you a real quick tutorial on how to drive it. First things first, let's go ahead and hop in. Now you can either unlock it with the key or with the keyless entry, which is done right here. Upon opening that door, that beautiful side step will come out for you. Now jumping into that GLS 600 and closing that door, which is also soft close, we will go ahead and lock it. And onto the left of the steering wheel here, we'll show you the different controls. Obviously right here we have our window controls. Up here you've got your seat controls along with heated and cooled seats. As well as moving up here, you've got your parking brake, some light controls, and down below your rear hatch button. Now we'll go ahead and start her up, something that's done with this push start button right there. Bring the car to life. Now moving up to the steering wheel, these two top buttons on either side control your gauge cluster. Well, this is responsible for cruise control, and on the right here you have your volume, phone, and infotainment buttons. Now coming off the steering column, you have your staff on the left here, which is going to be your blinkers as well as your windshield wiper, and on the right here you've got your drive gear selection button. Now looking overhead, up here you have some light control buttons as well as your SOS phone buttons and this beautiful panoramic sunroof that goes all the way to the back of the car. Moving back down, we'll see that MBUX touchscreen infotainment system, which controls things from your phone, infotainment, radio, navigation, and some car controls. Just below that, we have our AC vents along with our climate control buttons. And underneath that, we have our wireless phone charger and our cup holders, which are also heated and cooled if you want them to be. Continuing down, we have this touchpad, which also controls your MBUX screen, along with this dynamic drive mode selection, which you can go from individual, sport, comfort, and Maybach. Those we get more in depth on in the POV review and drive video, which is also linked within here. So definitely go check that out if you want a really in-depth review of this car. But back to the center console. This is just kind of a little show place button. Doesn't really do anything, just a nice touch to add there with the Maybach logo. And these buttons here will control some of your camera and sensor controls, along with quick controls to access your map, navigation, radio, media, and telephone on the MBUX screen up there. And below that, we have additional suspension and drive mode selection buttons. Now that we've given you a little bit of an overview on how to drive the Maybach GLS 600, we'll show you what it's like on the road just real quick here. Pretty straightforward, as it is a Mercedes, so not too many unique things that you need to know. Just to touch again on the steering wheel, we've got our gauge cluster controls on the top here of either side, as well as our cruise control stuff here, our phone and infotainment controls on the right bottom here, and then obviously our turn signals on the staff here, and then this is the drive selector. Got your AC and stuff like that, along with some more infotainment controls down here on the console. And we'll show you the different drive modes. Right now we have it in sport. We will move it up to individual, which you can set different custom parameters. Sport, pretty obvious, straightforward what that is. Comfort for a more laid back ride. And then the best of all being the Maybach mode, which really softens the car up altogether and takes control of that e-active body control of the car to where it senses bumps and uneven pavement in the road ahead and will eat that up and predetermine the suspension setting, so by the time you hit it, you hardly even feel anything. Again, we have that full half-hour POV review and drive of this car where we go very, very in-depth with all the different driving dynamics and things like that. So if you want to learn more about the car and the mechanical side of it, definitely go check that video out. We'll link that here. And that pretty much covers a really straightforward, very quick how-to video on what it's like behind the wheel of the Maybach GLS 600 and how to drive it.